This house, the house on the hill, was bought by my dad in the mid-1950s. I can remember moving, as we did, from an apartment building, and my dad, as an RCMP officer who was then stationed here for an extended period, he was in charge of the highway patrol. The wonderful thing about this house is that it was possible to walk to all of the schools I attended, and it was at the Colchester County Academy, going back and forth from this house, that I managed to become first involved in my writing. After all this time, and I could never bring myself to sell the house, I loved the memories of the place. I had a happy childhood in Truro, and I come back regularly to Truro from California and New York, but this, in its own old-fashioned way, has always been a home base. I was reading the New York Times early last winter, and I saw a very interesting photograph for a deck. Now we can watch the deer that have gotten in the habit of coming into the lower part of the backyard. One of the fondest memories I had was of listening to my father around the dining room table tell some stories of his own. I spent a lot of time on my studies at a desk in my bedroom, and a bookcase that I built in manual training. It belongs in the house. Where I worked at the local radio station, and I actually had a show called the Teen Hop Show at the Legion on Brunswick Street. 2 years. It was broadcast live on the radio station here on the radio station. And I had the pleasure of going down to MP Kroll Furniture last year to get a new Beauty Rest mattress for the house. The man who I was dealing with said, "Don't I know that name from somewhere?" Well, he was his name was Dave Bartlett, and he was an old teen hopper. If the past is a time of good memories, you preserve it. Well, this house is my very old friend, and not only am I there with the friend, but I inhabit the entire house.